Hello everybody and welcome to this week's video. I'm sorry my voice is still not back to my normal self. I am still completely full of cold and got a horrible cough, but I have now got medicine from the doctor that should hopefully cure that. But for now we just have to put up with my annoying man sort of voice, I suppose. This week, today, as you are watching this on the 16th, marks what is Mental Health Awareness Week, and it runs all the way to the 22nd on Sunday. And this week happens every year around about the same time every year, and this is the week where we get to spend talking about mental health and mental illness and raising awareness and getting the word out there about mental illness and letting people know that it's just as important as physical health, what mental health is, and how big it actually is and how many people it affects and how important it is that we have things out there to help people like us through mental health problems. Every year the Mental Health Foundation have sort of a topic that the theme of the week is based around, and this year it's relationships and how important relationships are to having a good mental health. Now, if you're like me, in the sense that when I started getting bad with my mental illness, I pushed everybody away. I didn't want to talk to my family, I didn't want to be around my family, I wanted to be alone, I didn't want to hang out with my friends. I constantly sort of pushed everybody away and didn't want to be near anyone because you were having this war going on inside your head, and the last thing you want to do is put on a front in front of all these other people constantly. But what you realise is that the more you push people away and the more time you spend alone and the more time you have to think and the more time the paranoia takes over and overthinking, and it just makes it 50 times worse. I think relationships are really important in mental health, not because they distract you and you have to put on a front in front of everybody, because I don't think you have to do that. Some people that I have relationships with don't know everything. They don't know in great detail. They only know the basic details, that is that I have a mental health problem. They don't know anything deeper than that, and that's fine. I don't need them to know anything more, and they don't need to know anything more, and that's okay. I don't have to have a conversation about my mental health to have a relationship with them. Other people like my family and closer friends obviously know more in depth, and I think it's important to have relationships there, because when you are going through the worst moments of your life, you need people there who can bring you back from the darkness and bring you back from your own personal war zone to drag you into the light of it and to sort of help you recover and help you remember that all life isn't full of this darkness. Some relationships can be toxic to you. People can make you feel bad, and I think you figure out pretty early on when you have a mental health issue who are your true friends, who are the ones that really you can rely on and really you can trust, and that they're important because they're the people that are going to stick by you no matter how deep your mental illness runs or how quickly you find help or anything like that. They're the ones that are going to stick by you and go through that with you, and they're the ones that you can rely on. It's good to have friends and even family and be present in the moment with them. I find it very hard to live in a moment and not have my head going a mile a minute on a million other thoughts, all probably feeling worthless and all that, and just sort of being present with the people in the room at that moment and not have my mind wandering elsewhere. And it's good to live in the present moment with them, because those are the times that you can just not forget, but just let that part of you go. Let that mental health part of you go. On this past Monday, actually, my friend I hadn't seen in a while, a few months, came over and we just had a catch up, and we talked briefly about my mental health, but we just had a good catch up, we had a laugh, and we lived in that moment. My mind wasn't wandering to a million different things. It wasn't going off in a tandem. I wasn't constantly checking my phone for Twitter and all that. I was just living in the moment with my friend. And after she left, I felt so much better for just having human contact with somebody, and also just having a laugh and having a few hours where the war going on in my head wasn't the only thing that I was living through. I had fun, I had laughter, I got to talk about other things but my mental health. I got to hear her stories, I got to reminisce, I got to be a part and live in a moment where mental health didn't have control over my life. And I think that's really, really important when you have a mental health issue, is you can have relationships with family, friends or whoever, that you can just bring yourself out of the war going on inside your head and live in a moment with those people around you and make good connections with them by laughing, by reminiscing, by watching TV, whatever, just living in that moment with them and enjoying the time with them. And you will find that you will hang on to those fun moments, because when my mental health took over again and I was having a bad day, I remembered that a few days ago I was having a great time with my friend, and those moments are possible. These bad days don't last all day every day. Some days you can have great times with people, and those connections that you make with other people and those relationships you have with other people can bring a lot more hope into your life than if you have nobody. For example, I have a very good relationship with my family. We are very close, and we've been through a lot as a family, and we have developed a very close family bond. And I live with my mum, and my mum is very good at sort of knowing the moments when I'm at my worst, and knows how to sort of, even though I could be feeling so down and I could be crying, she can somehow manage to make me smile, even if it's just for a few seconds, and a laugh for a minute, or she'll manage to just drag me out for like 10 minutes, and that's enough. That's enough to remind you that throughout all the darkness there is light around you. The whole world that you are in, that you feel is dark and is taking over you, and you're fighting this war, but look around and realize that you have different relationships who can offer you bits of light and can help you, bring you out of that darkness every so often, to give you the hope and strength to carry on fighting. And that makes all the difference, to know that when you have people around you who you can rely on, who you can trust, who you can have fun with, who you can laugh with, or you can talk to, are there for you whenever you need them, makes going through your mental health easier than if you were going through it completely on your own. So relationships are a very, very big thing, I think, to do with mental health. If you have good relationships and surround yourself with good people who encourage you, who you can rely on, who you trust, and who you just feel comfortable with, I think it makes all the difference. So this week, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, practically everywhere is going to be full of anything mental health related, all trying to raise awareness about mental health and let people know that it's just as important as physical health, and that it's a big problem, lots of people go through it, and that the stigma should end about it. And this week is all about raising awareness and letting people know that, hey, we have mental health, but we are human, and there's all different types, and sort of letting people know and getting people aware of what actual mental health is. So if you would like to follow what's going on during this week, just use the hashtag MHAW16 and just see what's going on around you and get informed about mental health more if you want. Join in if you would like, and just have a look to see if there's anything that sort of tickles your fancy. And think about relationships in this week and see if you've surrounded yourself with good people who can make you laugh, who can bring you out of the darkness into the light every once in a while and remind you that there's hope out there, and renew your strength in yourself. And follow along and let's get awareness out there, because it's a very, very important topic. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.